Hi, faithful caregiver. So, what is your biggest regret in taking care of your dementia loved one? Is it something that you didn't do and you wish you had done it? Or is it something that you did do and you wish you had not done it? My biggest regret is something that happened to my mom when she was in a rehab facility. The first thing that happened was when mom got there, I looked at the gals that were coming in. They were getting ready to move mom in the bed. And I said, "Now, you do know that she has a fractured neck and a fractured back and a broken wrist, right?" And they said, "No, we didn't know that." Well, that just blew my mind. And that let me know that, yes, I would have to be advocating for mom. And I did that on several occasions while she was there. But one day, mom came rolling up to me in the facility and she was in a wheelchair. And she said, "You've got to get me out of here." And her eyes were big. And I was like, really kind of startled because she'd not done anything like that while she was in there. So I said, "Well, Mom, are they being ugly to you?" I said, "Why do you want to go home? What is the problem?" And she just kind of hung her head and shook it no. And I let it go because Mom had dementia and I should not have let it go. And to my dying day, I will always regret not trying to figure out why it was that my mom was so upset. Well, actually, I will regret not just going, "Well, okay, then, we're going to take you home." I should have just gathered her up and taken her home. But I was very ignorant back then. I knew some things that went on in facilities, but I just was not used to working with someone with dementia in a facility. And that's no excuse. I should have listened, just like my shirt says, I should have listened to my mom more intently and followed up with that conversation. So one night I arrived there probably around 10 o'clock. And I'm not going to go into detail on a public forum because I can't prove what I feel for sure happened to my mom. I have no proof of it. But when I arrived, it was not good and it was horrific. And I can't tell you how many times I wish I had just taken my mom home. And I'm so sorry that I didn't. And I'm sharing that much with you just to encourage you to please listen to your dementia loved one, because what I came to realize was just because they have dementia does not mean that they don't have moments of clarity. They still have moments of clarity. Not all of them, but some of them still have moments of clarity. And I know with all my heart now that that was a moment of clarity for my mom. And it was reinforced when a week or two later, I can't remember the timeline now, mom ended up at the ER again from the facility. And the ambulance driver looked at me, or one of the ambulance people, I'm not sure if it was the driver or not. They looked at me and they said, "Get her out of that place." So I'm going to throw this in as a sidebar, and I will say this on other videos. But when you're getting ready to put your dementia loved one in either a facility or a rehab facility, go to the surrounding fire departments or the rescue squads that would be responding to that facility, because those guys and gals know what go on in those places. And they can tell you if it's a good one to put your loved one in or not. So that's just a little sidebar. But the main thing is I want you to know today is, please, I encourage you to listen to your dementia loved one and follow through on what they are trying to tell you. If they're nonverbal, then you really just have to look at their actions and figure out what's going on to make them act like they are acting, and follow through with it, because I don't want you to have the same regret that I carry with me all the time. I don't want you to have that regret. So I know it's difficult, but please try and figure out what's going on in their mind, because they don't have the capability to do it and they cannot verbalize it. Thank you, as always, for taking care of your dementia loved one. God bless you and stay true.